What do women want more than anything else? Is it wealth, power, or perhaps a partner with a six-figure income? These might seem like obvious answers, but what if I told you that none of these truly top the list? There's something deeper, something far more meaningful that women crave above all else. In this video, we're peeling back the layers to reveal what truly matters most in a relationship. And here's the twist. We'll apply timeless Stoic principles to help you understand and embody this essential quality. So, what is it that women desire more than the material and the superficial? Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of not just what it is, but how to cultivate it authentically. Number 1. What women subtly show through actions. Have you ever felt like the words spoken in a relationship don't tell the whole story? Women often communicate not through what they say, but through what they do. These subtle actions can reveal their emotions, desires, and intentions far more clearly than words ever could. In a growing relationship, a woman might start leaving personal items at her partner's place. Small things like a toothbrush, a book, or even a favorite hoodie. At first glance, this might seem casual or unintentional. But if you pay attention, it's often a quiet way of saying, "I want to feel a sense of belonging here." This action reflects her desire for stability, closeness, and emotional security. It's her way of integrating her life with yours. Another example can be seen in how she spends her time. If she prioritizes being with you despite a busy schedule or goes out of her way to support your endeavors, these actions show care, respect, and an investment in the relationship. She might not always vocalize these feelings, but her actions speak volumes. To understand this fully, let's look at it through the lens of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to look at what things really are, not just what they appear to be. These gestures are not merely practical, they're symbols of connection. They represent her way of communicating feelings without directly stating them. As a partner, your role isn't to assume or overanalyze, but to observe and interpret with clarity. What does this mean for your relationship? Are you ready for the kind of stability and integration she's seeking? Are your actions aligned with the kind of security she's subtly asking for? The truth is, a woman's actions often reveal what she values most: trust, emotional safety, and a sense of partnership. By paying close attention, you can not only understand her better, but also strengthen the connection between you. As Seneca said, if one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. Her actions are the compass guiding you toward a deeper understanding of the relationship's direction. For example, if she starts initiating conversations about the future, perhaps casually mentioning long-term plans, or asking how you envision your lives together, it's not a random topic. She's subtly expressing her desire to align her vision with yours. Ignoring these moments might lead to miscommunication, but responding thoughtfully shows that you're paying attention and value her perspective. The question remains, are you present enough to notice the quiet ways she's telling you what she truly wants? And more importantly, are you prepared to respond with the same level of thoughtfulness and care? Number 2. The universal desire for a better life. Across cultures and continents, there's one thread that weaves through humanity: the unyielding desire for a better life. For women, this aspiration often stems not from selfishness or greed, but from a deeply rooted instinct to create stability, security, and growth for themselves and often for those they love. This pursuit is a reflection of something universally human: a drive to transform potential into reality and strive toward a vision of a brighter tomorrow. Take, for instance, a woman working tirelessly to advance her career, save for a home, or invest in her education. It's not just about the tangible outcomes like promotions or material possessions. It's about creating a life that feels safe, fulfilling, and aligned with her sense of purpose. This drive mirrors the human condition, a yearning to rise above challenges and inch closer to a life well lived. As men, recognizing and respecting this drive is essential. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do what is right. The rest is in the hands of fate." Similarly, it's crucial to respect another person's pursuit of their own version of what is right. This doesn't mean compromising your own values or allowing someone else's ambitions to overshadow your own path. Instead, it's about appreciating the shared human desire for growth without becoming envious, resentful, or overly attached to outcomes you cannot control. In a relationship, a woman may focus on improving her circumstances, seeking a partner who shares her vision for a better life, or pushing for emotional growth within the connection. This desire might manifest in her asking for deeper communication or prioritizing shared financial stability. Rather than viewing these aspirations as demands, consider them through the lens of Stoicism, as natural human efforts to create harmony and progress. By recognizing this universal pursuit, men can approach relationships with a sense of balance. When you understand her drive for improvement, you don't take it personally. You see it as part of a larger human truth. More importantly, you also honor your own aspirations for growth, ensuring that you walk your path with integrity while supporting hers. Life is, at its core, about striving, not for perfection, but for progress. Stoicism teaches us to remain grounded in our principles while appreciating the ambitions of those around us. When you approach relationships with this perspective, you create a dynamic that fosters mutual respect and growth, a partnership where both people feel seen, heard, and supported as they work toward their better lives. If this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect. How do you approach the shared pursuit of growth in your relationships? Let us know in the comments below. Whether it's an experience, a thought, or even just the words, "I honor the journey," we'd love to hear from you. Your engagement helps us continue exploring topics that matter. Number 3. Leadership is the key to attraction. Women are drawn to leadership, not the kind that dominates or seeks control, but the kind that embodies stability, vision, and confidence. True leadership isn't about flexing power or flaunting wealth. It's about the quiet strength of character, emotional resilience, and the ability to guide yourself and others toward a better version of life. Consider this scenario. You and your partner face a moment of uncertainty, perhaps a disagreement or a challenge at work that has spilled into your shared time. In that moment, leadership isn't about barking orders or brushing aside emotions. It's about pausing, staying calm, and addressing the situation with clarity and empathy. You say, "Let's figure this out together," while your body language communicates assurance that things will be okay. This is the kind of leadership that draws people closer. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In the context of relationships, this means embodying the qualities you wish to see in your dynamic: patience, understanding, and emotional discipline. A Stoic man leads by example. He doesn't demand respect. He earns it through his actions. When a woman observes a man who takes responsibility for his emotions, makes thoughtful decisions, and remains composed under pressure, She feels safe and inspired. Let's say you've had a tough day and your partner is venting about something trivial in comparison. Instead of dismissing her concerns, you listen attentively, understanding that her feelings are valid even if your perspective differs. You choose to lead in that moment by demonstrating emotional presence rather than reacting impulsively. This isn't weakness, it's strength, an attractive quality that builds trust. Leadership also shows in the way you handle setbacks. Suppose you lose a job or face a major disappointment. A stoic man doesn't wallow or blame others. He evaluates the situation and charts a course forward. This resilience is magnetic because it signals stability. It says, no matter what happens, I'll navigate through it with integrity. Women are drawn to this kind of leadership because it offers a solid foundation for connection. When a man leads himself with discipline and intention, it creates a ripple effect. She sees someone she can trust, not because he's perfect, but because he's reliable and steadfast, even in imperfection. In the end, leadership isn't about titles, money, or appearances. It's about being the person who steps up when needed, who listens more than he speaks, and who leads not by words, but by example. A stoic man understands that true attraction isn't found in commanding attention, but in earning admiration through consistent, thoughtful action. That's the kind of leadership that inspires love and builds lasting bonds. Number 4, the risk of overgiving. Let's talk about a mistake many people make in relationships: overgiving. It often starts with good intentions. You care about someone deeply, so you give your time, your energy, your resources, sometimes even your boundaries. On the surface, it looks like love or generosity. But what happens when it begins to feel like a sacrifice that drains you? Overgiving is a silent trap. It can lead to feelings of resentment, frustration, and even burnout. Imagine pouring water into someone else's glass while your own cup runs empty. How long can you keep going before there's nothing left to give? The more you deplete yourself, the more imbalanced the relationship becomes. This isn't about avoiding generosity. It's about protecting your well-being so that what you give is meaningful, not forced. The Stoics teach us an essential principle: moderation and balance. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. You have already been given a limited amount of time. Use it well." That wisdom applies here. Your time, energy, and emotional reserves are finite. When you overgive, you risk sacrificing your own inner peace and self-respect. Two things no one should trade for affection or validation. Suppose you're constantly rearranging your schedule to accommodate your partner, even when it disrupts your own plans. At first, it feels generous. But over time, if your efforts aren't reciprocated, you might start feeling undervalued or even taken advantage of. That's the cost of giving more than you can sustainably offer. Instead, Stoicism suggests a healthier path. Give from a place of strength. When you take care of yourself first, what you give to others becomes authentic and fulfilling. Imagine a tree with strong, deep roots. It provides shade, fruit, and shelter, but only because it's well nourished. If the roots were neglected, the tree would wither, unable to sustain itself or anyone else. So, what does this mean in practice? Firstly, be generous, but check in with yourself. Are you giving because you truly want to, or because you feel obligated? Secondly, set boundaries. Saying no doesn't mean you're selfish. It means you value your time and energy enough to give intentionally. Thirdly, reflect on reciprocity. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual effort, not one-sided giving. Ultimately, giving should feel like a choice, not a chore. Remember, generosity is a gift, not just to others, but to yourself when it's offered in balance. Guard your peace, nurture your self-respect, and the love you share will be richer, deeper, and more sustainable. Now, take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed. Have you ever caught yourself overgiving in a relationship? How did it impact your sense of balance and well-being? If this resonates with you, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective could inspire someone else. Or, if you just want to show your support, leave a simple comment. Generosity begins with balance. Let's keep going on this journey together. Number 5. How beauty changes the game. Beauty has a unique way of shaping social dynamics, and when it comes to women, it's undeniable that their beauty holds a distinct kind of power. It can open doors, capture attention, and even influence the actions and decisions of others. In many ways, beauty serves as a social currency, subtly weaving its influence into interactions and opportunities. But let's pause for a moment and consider. What does this mean for us as men? Should we feel intimidated or resentful of this power? Absolutely not. Instead, let's view it through the lens of Stoicism. Take, for example, a situation where a man feels overshadowed or undervalued in the presence of a beautiful woman. It's easy to let insecurity creep in, or to believe that her beauty gives her an edge that you could never match. However, this perspective only serves to diminish your sense of self. A Stoic response to this would be to reflect on the fact that her beauty, while impactful, is external and not something you can change or control. What you can control, however, is your response, your values, and how you choose to present yourself in the world. Think about it this way. Beauty might open a door, but character determines who stays in the room. A beautiful woman might capture attention initially, but what sustains a meaningful connection is the depth of values, authenticity, and the integrity of those involved. A great example of Stoicism in action is the story of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who was surrounded by people vying for his attention, many of whom used charm and appearances to gain favor. Yet, Marcus remained steadfast, treating others with fairness and focusing on his own virtue. His reminder to himself and to us is simple. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, as you navigate a world where beauty undoubtedly changes the game, choose to play a different one. Focus on building your character, your confidence, and your purpose. When you encounter beauty, appreciate it, but don't let it define you or your interactions. The way you carry yourself, the values you stand for, and the depth of your thoughts, these are the things that leave a lasting impression, far beyond the initial allure of physical appearance. Let her beauty inspire admiration, not insecurity. Let it remind you to refine your own strengths, to be steady and composed, just as a Stoic would. The power lies not in trying to match her beauty, but in embodying a presence so grounded and genuine that it's impossible to ignore. Number 6. When relationships feel like a deal. In some relationships, there's a subtle, or sometimes glaring, sense of transaction. You might feel like the affection, attention, or even love you receive is tied directly to what you provide financially, materially, or in other tangible ways. It's as if there's an unspoken ledger being balanced, and your worth as a partner is measured by what you give rather than who you are. While this dynamic isn't inherently wrong, many people have different needs and expectations in a partnership, It can feel unsettling, even disheartening, when the connection feels more like a deal than a bond. Imagine a man who works tirelessly to provide a comfortable life for his partner, ensuring they have a beautiful home, vacations, and gifts. However, he begins to notice that moments of closeness or affection often coincide with new purchases or financial gestures. Over time, he wonders, is this love or is it gratitude for what I offer? This thought eats away at his peace of mind, leaving him questioning the foundation of his relationship. From a Stoic perspective, this is where self-reflection and clear boundaries come into play. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. A Stoic man must first evaluate his intentions. Am I giving out of genuine care and generosity, or because I hope to secure affection or approval? If the latter, he must recalibrate his actions to align with his values, ensuring his efforts stem from integrity, not a need to earn love. Relationships that feel transactional are often unbalanced because they lack the foundation of mutual respect and shared values. The Stoics teach us to seek relationships where virtues like trust, loyalty, and love form the core. Epictetus famously said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." A relationship built on genuine connection is richer than any bank account or luxury item could ever make it. When faced with this dynamic, reflect on the following. Are your actions guided by a desire for recognition, or are they freely given? Does your partner acknowledge and appreciate who you are beyond what you provide? Have you communicated your feelings about the dynamic, or have you allowed discomfort to simmer in silence? By embracing the Stoic principles of self-awareness and courage, you can navigate this terrain with grace. You'll ensure your relationships are built on a foundation of equality, respect, and shared values, rather than transactional expectations. Because true connection isn't measured in what you give, but in the moments of mutual understanding, care, and growth you share. If you've made it this far, take a moment to pause and reflect. Relationships, like life, are a mirror, revealing not just what we share with others, but also what we may need to confront within ourselves. Have you ever felt like your connection with someone leaned more on what you could provide than who you truly are? How did that make you feel? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below sharing your perspective or experiences. Or, if you're unsure what to say, simply write, "I deserve relationships rooted in genuine connection." Let this affirmation serve as a reminder of your worth and the kind of bonds you wish to cultivate. Together, let's create a space for reflection and growth. Number 7. What if roles were reversed? Let's take a moment to challenge the norm and flip the roles. Imagine a world where women regularly elevated men's lifestyles in the same way men often elevate women's. Picture this. She invites him into her life, takes on the responsibility of financially supporting him, and provides the stability he needs to thrive, without expecting anything in return. How often do you see this happen? It's not impossible, but it's undeniably rare. Why is that? Society has ingrained the idea that men are the providers, the protectors, the ones who shoulder the financial and emotional weight of a relationship. This isn't inherently bad. There's strength in being generous and caring for someone you love. But when the expectation is one-sided, it raises important questions about balance, worth, and self-reliance. Consider a relationship where a man pours his resources, financial, emotional, and material, into his partner's life. He pays for most dates, helps her achieve her personal goals, and ensures her comfort and stability. Now, reverse it. Imagine the woman doing the same for the man, consistently covering the bills, supporting his career aspirations, and putting his needs first. How would society perceive that relationship? Chances are, people might question the man's character or call him dependent, while others might see the woman as overly giving, perhaps even being taken advantage of. This imbalance reveals an unspoken truth. There's often a higher societal expectation for men to give and women to receive, but rarely is this seen as a reciprocal obligation. This stark reality underscores the need for self-reliance and mutual effort in relationships. Stoicism offers us profound wisdom in these moments of reflection. It teaches that our true worth isn't determined by how others treat us or what they provide for us. Instead, it lies in our virtues, our ability to build, contribute, and stand strong on our own. In relationships, this means cultivating your own independence and value before expecting anything from others. A Stoic person, whether a man or a woman, understands that dependency, financial or emotional, weakens their sense of self. To live a truly fulfilled and balanced life, you must focus first on building your own foundation. That's where true strength lies. Let's reflect on this deeply. Ask yourself, am I bringing as much to the table as I expect from others? If the roles were reversed, would the relationship still feel fair and fulfilling? Am I building a life I can be proud of without relying on someone else to carry me? These questions are not about assigning blame or judging others, but about fostering growth. By answering them honestly, you may uncover areas where you can cultivate more resilience, independence, and balance in your relationships. Before seeking someone to elevate your life, focus on elevating your own. When you embrace this mindset, you'll find yourself less concerned about whether someone will complete you or carry you. Instead, you'll become the kind of person who inspires others to bring their best selves into the relationship. And that is the foundation of a partnership built to last. A partnership where the roles don't matter, because both sides are contributing equally to a shared vision of growth and happiness. Number 8. Hard choices in hard times. Life is filled with moments that test our resolve, times when survival and opportunity become the primary drivers of decision-making. During these periods of crisis, people act according to instinct, shaped by their needs and circumstances. These actions are not about fault or betrayal. They are about survival and practicality. Let's explore this idea more deeply, using a relatable example and Stoic principles to guide our understanding. Imagine a conflict zone. Resources are scarce, danger looms, and the future is uncertain. In such environments, women often prioritize moving to safer, more stable areas, especially when they have children to protect. Men, on the other hand, frequently stay behind to defend their homes, communities, or livelihoods. It's not a matter of who is braver or more loyal. It's a division of roles rooted in instinct and necessity. Women are often driven by the need to ensure survival and opportunity, while men feel compelled to stand their ground and protect what they have built. This dynamic plays out in less extreme situations as well. Consider a family facing financial hardship. One partner might decide to take a job in another city, temporarily leaving their family behind to provide a better future. While it might feel like abandonment at first glance, it's often a calculated choice for the greater good. In these hard times, you cannot control the decisions others make, but you can control how you interpret and respond to them. Instead of resenting someone for leaving or prioritizing their own needs, Practice seeing their actions as a reflection of their circumstances and instincts, not as a reflection of their value or care for you. Take, for instance, a relationship strained by external pressures. One partner might decide to move to a new location for work opportunities, leaving the other to manage things at home. While this decision may feel painful, it is often born from a place of hope and necessity. Viewing this choice through a Stoic lens allows you to focus on your own resilience, strengthening your mind and character, rather than succumbing to bitterness or self-pity. Imagine you are in a situation where someone you care about makes a choice to prioritize their safety or future over remaining in your immediate proximity. At first, it may feel like a rejection or abandonment. However, by stepping back and applying Stoic principles, you can shift your perspective. Ask yourself, what is within my control in this situation? How can I use this experience to grow stronger and more resilient? What values can I hold on to that will guide me through this challenging time? Instead of fighting against what is happening, focus on cultivating understanding and inner peace. This doesn't mean denying your emotions. It means processing them in a way that aligns with your principles. You might choose to support their decision wholeheartedly, seeing it as a strategic move that benefits both parties in the long run. Life's hardest moments are often the ones that shape us the most. When faced with these challenges, ask yourself, how can I act with integrity, patience, and strength? What kind of person do I want to become through this experience? Hard choices will always be part of life, but with a Stoic mindset, you can navigate them with resilience and grace, turning even the most difficult times into opportunities for growth. Before we dive deeper, I want to encourage you to make a personal commitment to your growth and resilience. Pause for a moment and type this in the comments. I choose to grow stronger through every challenge. By writing this, you're not just engaging with the content. You're declaring to yourself and others that you're ready to embrace life's hard choices with strength and purpose. Go ahead, take that step, and let's continue exploring how Stoic principles can transform the way we face life's toughest moments. Number 9. Real connection versus convenience. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of confusing convenience with connection. But let's be real. Genuine relationships aren't built on what's easy or what's momentarily satisfying. They're forged through shared values, mutual respect, and a commitment to understanding each other at a deeper level. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly understood by someone who was only there for what you could offer them? Imagine you're dating someone who only shows interest when they need something. Maybe it's emotional support after a bad day, help with a project, or even just a way to pass the time. Sure, it feels good to be needed, but over time, you start to notice something missing. The conversations lack substance, the moments together feel transactional, and you realize there's no real investment in who you are as a person. That's not connection, that's convenience. Now, contrast that with a relationship where you both show up as equals. You challenge each other to grow, celebrate each other's wins, and offer support during setbacks. Not because you expect something in return, but because you value each other. That's a connection rooted in authenticity, and it's the foundation of something truly lasting. From a Stoic perspective, relationships are about more than just fulfilling immediate desires or needs. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, our actions, values, and mindset. In the context of a relationship, this means prioritizing honesty, respect, and shared principles over superficial benefits. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to ask, is this essential when we're faced with choices? In relationships, the essential thing is authenticity, not convenience. Here's an example. You meet someone who seems perfect on paper. They're attractive, fun, and available whenever you need them. But when you start discussing deeper topics, like your dreams, your values, or even life's challenges, you realize they're not truly listening or engaging. A Stoic would say it's time to reassess. Is this connection helping you grow as a person? Is it built on mutual respect? If not, it may be wise to redirect your energy toward relationships that align with your values. True connection happens when both partners are invested in each other's growth. It's about showing up not just when it's easy, but when it's hard. It's about being present, not just physically, but emotionally and intellectually. When we focus on building relationships with depth, we're not only enriching our own lives, but also honoring the principle of living with intention and integrity. So ask yourself, are your relationships built on convenience, or are they rooted in a genuine connection that inspires both of you to be better? Number 10. It's your choice to lead or step back. Every day, life presents us with decisions, and one of the most significant is this. Will you take the lead to guide someone else toward a better path, or will you step back, redirect your focus, and work on your own growth? This isn't a simple yes or no decision. It's a matter of intention and clarity. The question isn't just what you will do, but why you are choosing that path. A Stoic man doesn't live passively, waiting for circumstances to shape his destiny. Instead, he takes deliberate actions, guided by his principles and values. He understands that every choice, no matter how small, should be rooted in purpose. But purpose requires reflection. Are you stepping forward to lead because it aligns with your inner strength? Or are you driven by a need for validation? Are you stepping back because it's truly what's best for you, or because fear is holding you back? For instance, imagine you're in a relationship with someone who is struggling. Perhaps they lack direction or confidence. You see their potential, and part of you believes you could help them find their footing. Leading in this scenario might mean offering your support, showing patience, and gently guiding them toward growth. But here's where the Stoic perspective shines. Leading doesn't mean losing yourself in the process. It means supporting without expecting recognition, helping because it aligns with your values, not because you want their admiration or affection in return. On the other hand, there are situations where stepping back is the braver and wiser choice. Picture another scenario where you're giving everything, your time, energy, and emotional reserves, to someone who isn't willing to grow. Perhaps their complacency or resistance is draining you, leaving little room for your own development. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Walking away doesn't mean you've failed to lead. It means you've chosen to honor your boundaries and redirect your efforts towards something more meaningful. Stepping back doesn't have to feel like abandonment. It can be an act of self-respect. Just as the Stoics emphasize the importance of inner strength, stepping back can be a powerful way of reclaiming your energy and prioritizing your growth. As Epictetus taught, first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Sometimes what you have to do is let go. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its balance. It teaches us that there's no shame in leading with courage or stepping back with wisdom. Both paths are valid as long as they align with your values and reflect the person you strive to be. Whether you choose to guide someone else or focus on your own journey, The key is to act with integrity. Ask yourself, is this decision helping me embody the man I aspire to be? If you choose to lead, do so boldly and selflessly. If you choose to step back, do so gracefully and with purpose. Either way, you are the architect of your life. Lead with intention or step back with clarity, but always stay true to who you are. This is the Stoic way, the way of strength, wisdom, and peace. As we come to the end of this deep dive into what truly matters in relationships, let's take a moment to reflect on the lessons we've uncovered. Women, like men, seek something far more meaningful than wealth, power, or superficial markers of success. At the heart of any strong relationship lies trust, emotional safety, and genuine connection. These are the pillars that build not just attraction, but lasting bonds. We talked about the subtle ways women communicate their needs, not always through words, but through actions. Recognizing these moments and responding with thoughtfulness and care can make all the difference. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, look at what things really are, not just what they appear to be. When you understand and honor these unspoken cues, you demonstrate the kind of awareness and emotional intelligence that fosters deep trust. We also explored the universal human desire for a better life, a drive not born out of greed, but a yearning for stability, growth, and purpose. When you respect and support this aspiration in your partner while staying true to your own values, you create a relationship built on mutual respect and shared vision. Leadership was another vital theme. True leadership in a relationship isn't about control or dominance. It's about embodying stability, patience, and emotional strength. It's about guiding with actions, not just words, and creating an environment where both people feel secure and inspired. As we discussed, leadership rooted in Stoic principles is one of the most attractive qualities you can cultivate. And then there's the balance of giving. Generosity is a beautiful quality, but overgiving, sacrificing your peace and well-being for the sake of others, can lead to resentment and imbalance. Protecting your own boundaries and nurturing your self-respect isn't selfish. It's essential for any healthy relationship. When you give from a place of strength and authenticity, your generosity becomes more meaningful and sustainable. Finally, we touched on the importance of real connection over convenience. In a world where superficial relationships can feel all too common, striving for deeper, more authentic bonds is a rare but rewarding path. Real connection is about mutual growth, shared values, and the commitment to show up for each other, even when it's not easy. So, as you move forward, ask yourself, are your actions aligned with the kind of relationship you want to build? Are you embodying the qualities of trust, emotional security, and integrity that you seek in a partner? And most importantly, are you staying true to your values while creating space for someone else to grow alongside you? I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's video. What resonated with you the most? Was there a specific lesson or example that hit home? Drop a comment below and share your perspective. I value your insights and look forward to reading every one of them. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It helps more than you might think, and share it with others who might find value in these lessons. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so you never miss content designed to help you grow and thrive in your relationships. Before you go, take a moment to check out the recommended videos on the screen. They'll guide you further down the path of self-discovery, Stoic wisdom, and mastering the art of meaningful connections. Thank you for being here, for investing in yourself, and for allowing me to be part of your journey. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, stay grounded, and keep growing.